I think there's two types of astronomers. There's theorists and observers. And the observers go to telescopes and take data, and theorists do math. That's the end of that. Solve the mysteries of the universe. Theorists and observers try to agree, and ultimately observers win because you can't argue with data and you can't argue with equations. I'm a theorist.
And what do you do?
Math. Specifically, I look at what happens when an asteroid is catastrophically disrupted by another asteroid, i.e. they smash into each other and they bust up and they release lots of little particles, and the very small ones evolve in near the Earth, and we look at what happens and how they're distributed and what their orbits are like and whether or not they might smash into satellites, smash into the space shuttle while it's up, smash into the moon, things like that. They won't smash into the Earth because of the atmosphere. So I use thermal emission observations, and then a lot of it's just theory-based. So it's not all constrained through observations, but we use what observations we can to put some tie to the real world. In high school, I wanted to do biomedical engineering, and I wanted to make prosthetic limbs for runners. I was always like president of the math club, so I thought that would be cool. And then I went to Georgia Tech, and they said, oh no, we don't have biomedical engineering, which I guess I probably should have checked into before I went. So then I said, that's okay, I'll do physics, I like physics. So I did physics and I loved it, but then I didn't want to go to grad school and do the same thing over again. So you take exactly the same classes in physics grad school as an undergrad, which is harder. And so I wanted an application of physics, and that's why I chose astronomy. I had more free time in the past than I do now because I'm trying to wrap it up and finish it, but I do running. I did an Ironman during my fourth year of grad school. Needless to say, I didn't do too much science that year. So I did triathlons for a while, but mostly just running. I do marathons in different distances. And what else do I do? I like to sew. I don't do that very often though. I like to do handstands. I can't because I have a dress on. You can splice it in from a different day.